we've had a couple of specific questions that have come out about some open points on the regs or some points of concern for some of our investors. And while obviously a lot of it's pending, we'd love for you to read the tea leaves on a couple of issues for us and give us a sense for where you think some of these issues might go. The first is with respect to the disposition of assets in a multi-asset fund. Currently, as set up, you have to sell 100% of the partnership interest in the fund at the end of the 10-year hold. Do you envision fixes to the regs that are going to permit for single asset sales or dispositions that would be more traditional in a real estate fund?
Yeah, I mean, this program has to allow for diversified funds, and the market assumes it will. Right now, the only thing that you can do to dispose of a portfolio-style fund is to sell the whole portfolio. If it's real estate as a REIT or as a whole portfolio of assets, that's a really hard strategy to sell. It also has the terrible consequence of depressing these communities that you've invested in growth in for 10 years because you're going to have to sell that portfolio at I think, a pretty big discount. I believe Treasury and IRS is aware of it. I believe they're going to create a dissolution period for funds once they've hit the 10-year mark for their assets that allow individual assets to be sold and without triggering a tax to investors who have really met all the requirements of the program. So I think this is a technicality and not a problem that will exist beyond this round of regs. But if they don't fix it, it's a big problem for the market because it will make it be very difficult to do multi-asset deals unless you're doing a REIT or at least kind of in the real estate context.